Fast Break fam, what it did, what it does, what's doing, man. This video is something different, but this is the type of video that I love to make, man. I found a dribble move while labbing in the my court last night, completely by mistake. I'm gonna be honest, it was completely by mistake, but I want people to see this and know how to do it so it can be expanded upon. So the people like Yod, man, Glock 19, Hezzy, and maybe even Steezo if he still plays the game, like people like them, or even shot creators in their respective areas. Everybody, if you're anything like me and you love dribbling and testing out your dribble moves and your combos that you labbed on real opponents, then you're going to enjoy this video, or just at least learn something from it, because I want to share two things. I want to share a Kyrie explosive launch that any build can do, and I also want to share a nutmeg. If you don't know how to do a nutmeg, I'm gonna show you how to do that as well, man. So stay tuned. I'm gonna have the controller cam for both consoles up in the respective areas. Top left is gonna be PlayStation, top right is gonna be Xbox, man. But without further ado, we're just gonna get into it, man. Alright, so you're gonna see me executing the connector. And if you don't know how to do the connector, it is very vital to having an instant burst of momentum, because it's kind of hard to get to explosive moves quickly on this game with the way the dribble engine is set up. So you can see me here demonstrating what the connector is and how it connects to all your signature moves, whichever that you may have on. Now this is where I see an opportunity for more creativity. Out of the connector, depending on what behind the back you have, you can do the nutmeg dribble, and that's where your character does a under the leg dribble from the behind the back pocket. So pretty much, as you can see right here, it gives your opponent more to think about out of the connector combo, because most of the time when people do connectors, they always do a crossover or a behind the back, and the half spin is just too slow and easy to react to. But this right here, like I said, it gives the opponent more to think about. So people like Hezzy and Glock 19 could probably take this and run with it. And if you don't know how to do a connector, I'm about to explain it again for you, for the people that don't know how to do it. You absolutely must have pro combo moves on, and you execute it by doing a double crossover. And if you don't know how to do a double crossover, you flick from non-ball hand back to ball hand as fast as possible to get that animation. And once you do that, you hold the left stick down away. So that's towards the back. You hold the left stick down away from the ball diagonally, and you should get that extra behind the back move with the left stick. And once you see that, you input a dribble move that's going to pretty much give you that explosive momentum. So whatever moving crossover, moving combo move, moving spin, any moving dribble move that you input during that left stick behind the back that you see on that third dribble, that is what is going to activate when you time it right. So that's how you do a connector. Make sure you guys lab it up, because it's very vital to being explosive and tough to guard. Now this right here is the move that I want all the established dribblers to see. Now, I've never seen anybody do any of these moves yet, and I'm going to tell you how to do it. I'm not going to gatekeep or anything, because I think it looks cool and I want to see what people do with it. But bro, this right here, I guess we can maybe call it, I don't know, the Kyrie cradle, the cradle launch, the cradle dribble, cradle something. We just gonna give it a name, man. Y'all call it what you want. I call it the cradle dribble. But to execute this, as you can see, Kyrie has to activate his explosive behind the back first, and then you cancel that with another right stick input to the same ball hand. So if your explosive behind the back input is to the left, you're going to cancel that with a right stick crossover to the right before the ball leaves the hand that it's in. Get what I'm saying? And make sure that you're holding down R2, because if you're not going to get the launch, because for some reason launches are activated with R2 this year. I noticed something and it was kind of weird, but you can also activate dribble styles with the right stick. It's weird. I'm gonna make another video about that if you guys want to know about that. But yeah, you can activate dribble styles with only the right stick. You don't have to use your left stick. I made a video about it like day one. You can go back and watch that if you want to, but yeah. And guys, another thing too, man, I want to apologize, but you have to have fast hands for this. There is no easy way to do this. You're just going to have to learn the rhythm of the combo. Now, if you don't know how to do an explosive behind the back, just go over really quickly. You do a dribble move first, and you double tap down left or down right to the other hand to get an explosive behind the back. Now, once you get that explosive behind the back, depending on what behind the back you have equipped, You want to cancel that with a right stick crossover to the same ball hand before the ball leaves his hand. And as you can see on the controller cam, I slowed it down for y'all. That's exactly what I'm doing for the inputs. Now you may ask the question, Deuce, how does this pose any significance to my ISO combo game? And I'm going to explain it to you right now. The Kyrie cradle launch puts you in a forward driving state. So pro combo moves, you will slip right by your opponent. And as you can see, he does the cradle and he does the Devin Booker step back that nobody likes. And that's just the best way I can explain it. But for this Kyrie reverse launch where he kind of nutmegs and gets into momentum, that's where you get lateral moves. So if you input a hezzy, you're sliding to the other sideline. Or if you do step back like I did here, you're getting the Devin Booker step back that everybody loves to shoot off of. And that puts you in a lateral driving animation. So if you have a hop jumper that's good with lateral momentum, you can combine it with that. Or if, like I said, if you input hezzy, you're pretty much jumping from sideline to sideline. If you have a tall guard, like the possibilities with this are limitless. I just want you guys to get creative, and I'm demonstrating like how it can be linked into other things. All right, so just to recap, just in case somebody's confused on how to activate the Kyrie cradle. You want to activate the explosive behind the back, and if you don't know how to do that, like I said, I have tutorials on my channel for how to do that. But once you do the explosive behind the back, you want to cancel that with a right stick input while holding R2. You want to cancel that with a right stick input of a crossover, and the angle you want to have it, like, imagine it kind of like a clock, and the angle you kind of want to have it at is probably like a 1:30, 2 o'clock, or maybe like a 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, maybe like 10:30 type of angle, you know what I'm saying? So you activate the explosive behind the back and you input that crossover with R2 still being held down, and you should get the Kyrie cradle. All right, now for the Kyrie reverse launch, and you want to have a very flat angle. In terms of the clock I mentioned earlier, it's going to be a flat left or a flat right angle with R2, so maybe like 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock. Both of those inputs are going to give you the reverse launch. That way you have total control of what animation you get. I know it's a lot of moves attached to the right stick this year, and it's very hard to be consistent with dribbling, but once you get the muscle memory and the rhythm down, I promise things will work out. But yeah, that's the best way I can explain it. A flat left or a flat right angle to get the Kyrie reverse launch. So that's how you get those moves to activate, and that's pretty much all I have. Bonus section after this, if you want to stay and find out about dribble moves that you may not have known existed in the game that may not be as important to you, because I know we have meta sigs, but if you want to be curious and look at the bonus dribble moves I have for you, I'm gonna just tell you what they are now. Another thing that I might have found, if somebody else found this before me, I apologize in advance for claiming to find this and somebody else, you know how I go. But yeah, if you activate De'Aaron Fox's combo escape move and you hold R2 and flick the right stick either up left or up right out of it, you get misdirection launches, and that's the closest thing we have to 2K24's misdirection launches from last year. So I just thought that was a cooler tidbit to share with you guys. And you do combo escapes the same way you would activate a combo move, but this time you're holding R2 and double crossing, and then to finish off the misdirection for De'Aaron Fox, you either launch top left or top right on the right stick to get the animation. I know Stephen Curry's behind the back is disgusting to all the meta head small guards, but if you like experimenting like me, you will see that if you pair this explosive behind the back with the crossover afterwards, you're able to cancel into his escape move, his step back, or any standing move that you would like. So if you think this looks interesting enough to try out, man, go ahead and lab it. But this is just a tidbit to put out there, man. I know it's behind the back on paper, and just by the looks of it, it doesn't look useful at all. But like I said, if you pair this with the explosive crossover afterwards, you're able to create a lot of space from the escape or the step back or whatever standing move you choose to pair up with that afterwards, man. So if you want to lab that, go right on ahead. But that's also something I found. But like I said, man, the meta head small guards, I know y'all hate Stephen Curry behind the back. In the final section, I'm pretty much just demonstrating how the nutmeg looks with most of the behind the back animations that you guys may be using in the game, from Paul George to Harden. You can do this with Pro. I haven't tried it with every single behind the back animation in the game, but I know for a fact you can do this with Pro because my 610 has Pro and I can do it on him. So pretty much, like I said, you're going to be seeing all the behind the backs that you can do the moving nutmegs with. You don't have to have, well, I can't say that, but majority of the behind the backs in the game you can nutmeg with, as long as you have an 85 plus ball handle or you have a 75 ball handle with two-way tenacity. And if you guys don't know what two-way tenacity is, it's that square that pops up next to your player after you do something good on defense, and it pretty much gives you a plus 10 or 15 boost. I'm not sure, but if you get like a block or a steal, a force or turnover on defense, you get a plus 10 to offense. So if you have a 75 ball handle build and you have two-way tenacity, you can do the nutmeg, you can do the Kyrie cradle I taught you, you can do the Kyrie reverse launch I taught you, and if you have on any of these behind the backs that I'm showing you, you can do the nutmeg moving up the court. You know, these are just moves to show off, man. And I just want, like I said, I just want to give the community more moves to experiment with. I'm not claiming to be the first one to discover anything like this, but as far as the cradle and the reverse launch, I do want to put y'all on because I feel like nobody's talking about this, and it's maybe nobody knows. So maybe I am putting y'all on, but I'm not claiming to be a pioneer or a founder of anything. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I love dropping videos like this. This is like my favorite type of video to make because I love sharing information and learning with you guys, man. But if you guys got any feedback or any other tidbits to add on to this video, man, we can talk about it in the comment section. But like I said, that's all I got for y'all. Fast Break Dude signing out. Leave a like if y'all want to see more 2K dribble tutorials or tutorials of probably even shooting and defense too, man, because I know a lot of people struggle with shooting and defense in this game, man. But I'm out.